In this video, I want to walk you through how you can get more done in 12 weeks than most people get done in 12 months. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is all based on the book, The 12-Week Year, written by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington. And this single resource alone over the last 60 days has helped me and my business partner get an alignment and unity with our goals and priorities to help us grow our business. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Zachary Reed, and about 5 months ago, I left my full-time job to launch 2 new businesses, and I've been documenting my journey here on YouTube. And so today, I want to share with you this framework that has helped me grow my businesses and stay focused and in line with the current priorities. So you might be asking yourself, why 12 weeks? What's with that? Well, there's actually a lot of research that you can look up online that's been concluded that our natural human tendency is about every 90 days, we are losing focus and we need redirection. And so this framework says, instead of just like trying to push past that and do a normal 12-month period of time to accomplish your goals, we're going to redefine that. We're going to ride the wave of momentum and actually keep every 12 weeks starting a brand new year with brand new goals and priorities. Really, the premise behind this entire thought process is all based on a single word: urgency. If you look at a traditional 12-month year, what always happens towards the end of the year? There's always big pushes for sales, big deals happening. And that's because throughout the rest of the year, most organizations aren't accomplishing the sales goals that they're looking for. And so typically once a year, every major business has a huge sale in order to push their numbers to close out the year in strength, rather than having consistent, strong sales throughout the entire year. If you think that you have 12 months to accomplish something, you'll naturally take your time and go through the process of all 12 months trying to accomplish something, rather than pushing yourself to really see what you're capable of achieving in a shorter period of time. The more urgency there is behind something, the more natural tendency we'll have to actually want to work hard and accomplish it. And what I love most about this entire framework is it's all based on your vision for life, your vision for your business. And I love how the book says that it really should be based on your personal vision. So build your businesses around your personal visions that you can accomplish the things that you want in your personal life. And I love that because if we're honest, the entire thought process of personal life and business life are really kind of merged together. So you might as well start planning that way. At the end of the day, everything comes back to intentionality and self-accountability. And so you're only going to accomplish something that you really want to accomplish. So if you have a strong vision that powers the direction that you're running every single day, then you're more likely to accomplish the goals that you're putting down on paper. Most people aren't accomplishing their goals because, one, they've never written them down, or two, they're not powerful enough to keep them motivated throughout the year to actually get them accomplished. And then if you're using a traditional 12-month process, then you keep putting yourself in these cycles where you say, oh, I have 11 months to finish this. I have 10 months to finish this. I have 9 months to finish this. And then before you realize it, you get all the way to the end of the year and you haven't accomplished what you want to try to do. And so then there's this big push to try to get the goals accomplished. So this entire book is about reframing that mindset, so where you do this consistently throughout the entire year, quarter over quarter. One of the reasons people fail in accomplishing their goals as well has everything to do with execution and accountability. If you don't have an action plan tied to your goals and your priorities, then you'll consistently not know if you're hitting the mark and if you're making progress moving forward. So this entire book shapes how you operate your week and how you're looking at metrics and how you're keeping a scorecard tied to specific action items that are going to move you into actually accomplishing the goal itself. So in the 12-week planning process, you define your goal. And then from that point, you define all of the individual tactics or activities that need to happen on a weekly cycle or a specific week during the 12-week process, so that when it's accomplished, it gets you to where your goal is. So for me, one of my goals within our business is to hit a certain revenue tier. And so in order to do that, I have to do a certain number of social media posts. I have to do a certain number of cold email outreaches. I have to do a certain number of these different key business activities that are tied back to a metric and a target. So at the end of each week, I can score myself and say, did I accomplish the business activities that are going to get me to my goal? Yes or no? And if I did, awesome, I'm one step closer to accomplishing my 12-week goal. But if not, I'm able to see why. Why didn't I do that? Was it an execution problem? Did we have a systems issue? Was there something going on? And so you get to optimize your goal accomplishing process in real time because you've clearly defined the targets that you have to hit in order to get to your goal post. This is why in any kind of goal setting process, you have to have the clear goal outlined. I personally like to use the SMART goal framing process to actually build out my goals so that it's specific, it's measurable, it's actionable, there's a time limit on it. I like to know when things need to be done and how that's going to happen. And when you write goals in the SMART goal format, it helps you know that just by reading the goal itself. So one of the tools that the book gives you in order to stay in an action state is to do what's called a weekly plan. And so every Sunday, what it looks like for me before I'm moving into the week on Monday, I'm setting aside just about 15, 20 minutes to look at my week, look at my 12-week year plan, and then figure out what are the key activities that need to happen and making sure that they're time blocked on my calendar. If they're not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. And so you have to be intentional about making sure that you block out time to actually work on the key tactics that need to be accomplished in order to reach your goal, or you won't actually make it happen. This is one of the most difficult lessons I've had to learn as becoming a new business owner is if I'm not making key intentional times to do the things that need to get done, guess what? It's not going to happen. So you have to be intentional about scheduling those things out in advance and then hard blocking those times. So even when things come up with clients or people want to meet and do things, I don't do things outside of my time blocked sections. And if I have time available to meet, awesome. But if I don't, then I don't move things around in order to facilitate other people's needs because there's key business activities that have to happen on a weekly basis in order to move the needle forward. And so with all of this, you have to have the discipline to guard those time blocks above everything else, because if it doesn't happen, you're not going to accomplish your goals. Also, one of the things I love about the book is it talks about specific kinds of time blocks that you need to be intentional about scheduling throughout your week. So a lot of people never schedule time to just think about their business, where literally you don't have anything on the agenda other than maybe an hour or two just to sit down and think about working on the business, not in the business. And honestly, that has been a game changer for me. I spend a lot of time in my head. And so these strategic time blocks allow me to just get out of the day-to-day weeds for a minute and think about, okay, where are we going? What's the trajectory path that we're trying to hit? And it allows me to strategize where we're going instead of just being caught up in the chaos of the day-to-day. So the 12-week year website actually has some free templates that you can download to help you get started with this entire process. I've also used a system like Notion to kind of keep track of all of these different things. But one of the things I want to walk you through here at the end of this video is how to use AI to actually help you define the goals that you're trying to hit. The truth is, most of us never get specific enough to actually know what it is that we're trying to accomplish, which is why most people fail in the entire goal setting process to begin with. So this is why I designed the SMART Goal Coach, and it's built directly into ChatGPT. And what it is it's like having me in a one-on-one coaching session with you where I'm asking you all of the deep questions in order for you to get really specific on what it is that you're actually trying to accomplish. And then because it's built into ChatGPT, it will then help you build a whole action plan, all of the key tactics that you need to put into your 12-week year plan. So if that's a resource that you want to take a look at, you can get it on my website at zacharyreed.com, and it's available as an instantaneous download. So the goal of this video is simple. I want you to see that you can accomplish more in 12 weeks than most people do an entire year And if you push yourself with discipline and be intentional with time blocking and write down and get specific about the directions that you actually need to target, then you will see your business grow. You will see yourself move the needle. And I can say 5 months later, having left my full-time job to launch 2 businesses, that this framework has been extremely helpful in keeping me focused and locked in. We live in a really distracting world, and I'm personally in the AI space. So every single second of every day, there's something new going on in AI, and it's really easy to get distracted. But what I have found is this: the more that I've put almost like horse blinders over my sight of what I'm looking at, what I'm focused on, what I'm working on every single day, I've seen my business grow because I'm being intentional about the activity that's going on a day-to-day process. So if you're a brand new business owner, or maybe you're a seasoned business professional and you need a framework to help you keep you and your team moving in the right direction, check out the 12-week year, get the templates on their website. And if you want help really getting underneath the hood of why you are setting certain goals or how to set goals properly, check out the SMART Goal Coach on my website, built into ChatGPT, so that you can literally on your phone, on your computer at any given time, unpack with ChatGPT your different ideas and goals so that you can actually accomplish them. And if you liked this video, I would love it if you would share it with a friend, like it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below with what you learned the most or what you're most excited about within this 12-week framework. And I personally respond back to each question. So I'd love to see your feedback on this and if it was helpful for you.